While it is true that we've all experienced nightmares from one degree to another, night terrors are something else entirely. Hello everyone, I'm Blue, and welcome to the Grim Gallery. Defined as great feelings of fear upon suddenly waking in the night, night terrors are no laughing matter. They are typically known to occur at the third or fourth stage of non-REM sleep. They are so intense, they are often confused with nightmares and vice versa. Perhaps the most chilling detail about night terrors is how little we know about them to this day. The Hat Man is described as a shadowy entity that appears to victims in the night, staring and watching for an unknown reason. He is most commonly reported to appear before individuals who are not in a fully functional state of mind, such as when they are in the middle of sleeping or growing exhausted late at night. Many reports have been made about the Hat Man, and each story varies based on how he appears to them. However, one thing that all victims who have encountered this mysterious shadow entity can agree upon is the visual appearance of the figure. Whether appearing to them at the foot of their bed or at the end of a dark hallway, the Hat Man has been described as a large and intimidating presence, standing on two legs with thin white shoulders, wearing a trench coat and a long-brimmed hat. As he seems to be perpetually shrouded in darkness, the only description of the entity's skin color is a deep, shadowy black, unmoving. Many people who have encountered the phenomenon known as the Hat Man and have been caught in its deadly stare have reported seeing two terrible red eyes glowing from within the darkness, below a distinct hat shape. He isn't known to speak, but rather simply stands there regardless of whether the victim has been alerted to his presence or not, and just stares. Those who have encountered this phenomenon are most often reported to have woken up in the middle of the night to find the shadowy presence standing in their bedroom, sometimes in the corner, other times at the foot or side of their bed. One thing seems to stay true for all victims regardless of the encounter. They have experienced an overwhelming sense of dread in the presence of the Hat Man. So who or what is this mysterious uninvited guest that seems to haunt countless people the world over? A Google search on the phenomenon yields mostly personal accounts and individuals who wish to share their stories on blogs and on video websites such as YouTube. There are quite a few lengthy accounts on the Hat Man, and even a book that has been written on the subject. There is also a survival horror game emulating an encounter with the phenomenon, which has been made popular by some of YouTube's biggest gaming channels, the likes of which include PewDiePie and Markiplier. Based on the research and experiences of paranormal investigators, it is speculated that the Hat Man may have something to do with the similar anomaly of shadow people, entities that are like ghosts but are believed to have never been alive to begin with. The presence of shadow people has also been reported to cause dread in victims, as if draining the life from them. Accounts regarding shadow people often liken them to malevolent and sinister manifestations of evil that possess no other purpose than to cause harm in the weak and defenseless. They seem to have an ominous and beckoning presence about them. While some investigators and writers have theorized that the Hat Man may be related to shadow people and yet another phenomenon known as the Men in Black, many believers of the Hat Man, most often those who have first-hand experience with the entity, believe him to be a manifestation of the devil himself. This might not be too far of a stretch considering that shadow people have been speculated to be fallen angels, doomed to swarm the earth in shadow until the end of days. In any case, the Hat Man is one entity that would be best left to the accounts of those who've actually met him. On April 21st, 2011, a YouTube user by the name of Kerry Spinnez uploaded a video in which he recounted his personal encounter with the Hat Man. In it, he describes waking up in the middle of the night to find the silhouette of a dark man standing in his bedroom. He recalled thinking at the time that what he was seeing couldn't have been possible, as he had securely locked up his residence with a deadbolt and believed that whatever it was couldn't have been real. He acknowledges that other accounts on the internet have described the Hat Man as having a paralyzing effect on its victims, and that he simply didn't move as he had chosen not to, opting instead to watch the mysterious entity before him. During this time, he explained that although he was unable to see any facial features in the darkness, he could feel that the figure was staring at him, watching, filling him with what he described as a mild sensation of dread, the same type of dread you have before going to work on Monday. He explains that after about 20 seconds had transpired, the figure shifted to the side of the room, but that it wasn't like a sidestep. Rather, he described the movement as being reminiscent of when a video glitches. Carrie rolled over to his side, having chosen to dismiss the figure as a night terror and late-night hallucination. That's when he noticed in the periphery of his vision the darkness of the entity, which was now standing at the edge of his bed, looming over him. He immediately rolled over to face the entity when it suddenly vanished in a shroud of darkness, and it was the last time he saw the Hat Man. He would keep silent about it for about a year until seeing other personal accounts on the internet that were chillingly similar to his own. This motivated him to share his story in his first uploaded video to YouTube. Towards the end of the video, he requests for those viewing to share their experiences with the Hat Man in the comments section in the hopes of understanding more about this entity should it ever visit him again, claiming that he would post a follow-up video. As of the date that this episode of the Grim Gallery was uploaded, the user still has yet to upload a follow-up video or any other videos for that matter. So what do you think? Is the Hat Man real, or is he just the product of decades worth of storytelling and closely related accounts of paranoia and fear late in the night? One thing is certain, regardless of whether he's really been seen or not, he is made real by the fear he instills in those that talk about him. Whether you choose to believe or not is entirely up to you. However, the world is a dark and mysterious place, and there is evermore an infinite plethora of the world for us to explore. Remember, though we may fear the unknown, we live every day to better learn and understand these fears, and in doing so, we may gain a better insight into understanding ourselves. Thank you for watching, and good night.